co-host. He is Alan Evans.
A-Train in the house.
Still tinkering with our new stuff. It's okay. There we are. We're ready to start rocking and rolling.
But see, nobody would know I was tinkering with new stuff unless you let them know I'm tinkering with new stuff.
Well, you were tinkering with new stuff, honey, and I'm glad you figured it out.
Because nobody can see me right now.
They can. If they're watching us on the live YouTube channel, which you are all welcome
That's like
to join
5
us.
people.
You are all welcome to join us when we record the podcast live on our YouTube channel. If you sign up, you'll get a little notification when we go live. Typically, we go live approximately 8 p.m. Central on Wednesday nights, give or take a few. Sometimes we'll spring on a different day of the week, depending. But if you'd like to be in the live chat room, that's where you can find us. So just go to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' on YouTube and just follow, join.
On what, YouTube?
Yes. Did you hear anything I just said?
Subscribe. You're doing all the marketing stuff. I kind of tuned out. Subscribe. They want to click subscribe.
I'll just go ahead and tell y'all, Alan's been in a bit of a mood all evening, and I don't really know what it stems from. It could be from his back pain. I'm going to go ahead and give him a pass on his.
I got a lot of pain right now. I got a pain in my back. I got a pain in my head. I got a pain in my ass.
He's been in a mood since I walked in the door this afternoon.
It's because I can't sit without experiencing pain.
And you're just taking it out on me because you love me so much? Is that why?
Not taking it out on anybody, but I can if you like me to.
Oh, you have been.
Oh,
Trust
I will.
me.
I will.
You have been. You have been.
You need to stop bickering and fighting on the podcast.
I am fine. Alan and I had a medical procedure. Each of us had a medical procedure this week. We will get into ahead of everything else that's going on in this world.
We got a lot. Baby name update.
Oh, I left my paper in the other room. Crap.
Unbelievable. You had one job.
I left it in the other room. I can probably do it though by memory. But
okay.
If you give me 30 seconds, you go through the lineup of what we're talking about, and I'll go get my piece of paper that I left in the other room.
And then leave that door open because it's getting real hot in here.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, Kelly had a homework assignment because we had a letter from Rachel, and Rachel offered Kelly and I a massage, which I'm going to take her up on that at some point. I think Kelly is too as well. But Kelly's been working on her homework assignment, which was a baby name. She was working on a baby name. Yes.
A middle name for a baby. And I did. I actually put thought into it and then left my pad and pen in the other room.
And as Kelly mentioned, we both had medical procedures in the last 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I am still recovering. And I think that
I'm recovering too.
Now there's a dog in here.
Oh, it's fine. Just ignore her. She's fine.
Yeah, I'm recovering. Kelly's recovering.
You're recovering harder than I am. You had a much more in-depth, very deep procedure that I still can't believe I witnessed.
I think I lost a couple of pounds.
Yeah, you did.
So we may talk about our very personal procedure that we had. And then it's Super Bowl Sunday, babe.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's coming up.
It's really hard for me to get excited about it. I'm trying. You know what, with women, I think, I'm not speaking for all women, but I think as a general rule of thumb, women have to care about the players, at least have some sort of background on, the drama, it's almost like a soap opera. We want to know who came out of, depths of despair and heartache, and they're overcoming something, and they're going on to play in this magnificent game, or there's a love story there, the celebrity, like Taylor Swift and the Travis Kelce behind it. We have to have a reason to care, right? But I don't really know anybody's stories on either one of these teams, the Seahawks or the Patriots. Although I'm told, JC was trying to tell me that one of the quarterbacks does have an interesting story.
Well, I can tell you the Seattle Seahawks quarterback. Is that who he's talking about? His grandpa was the Marlboro Man.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
And you know what his name was?
Rick.
It was like Dick Strong.
Oh, Rick is pretty cool.
It was something
pretty close.
It was something like that. Dick Strong or Dick Long, or it was something like that. But he was the Marlboro Man.
Okay, well that's not enough to make me care.
And then this dude,
did he overcome adversity?
And yes, I mean with a name like Dick Strong.
No, that was the grandfather. I'm talking about the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, because he got cut from several teams. He's hopped around and gone between several teams. He found a good place in Seattle.
Okay, well,
so yeah.
Well, I asked GPT. Sometimes you have little brain lapses. I said, I am a woman who doesn't care about the two teams playing in the Super Bowl this weekend. Can you make me care?
Mm.
I asked ChatGPT, make me care.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what it told me?
What did it tell you?
It said, okay, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about ChatGPT, I can say it, is it's always very encouraging, right?
Yeah, the prompts tend to be positive. Yeah.
Tend to be positive. It says, okay, let's do this. I'll make you slightly care about a pigskin game where you've got zero emotional investment. Buckle up. We're weaponizing Bad Bunny, overpriced ads, and culturally unavoidable moments to get you curious. Is that catchy, at least in the opening intro of Chat GPT?
I don't know what any of that means.
Number one, there is actually a game, but it's not high school team colors. What does that mean? Super Bowl LX, that's Roman numeral for 60, is happening Sunday, February 8th, 2026 at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Seattle Seahawks versus New England Patriots. I appreciate ChatGPT for breaking that down for me. Yes, this isn't just an NFL title game. It's one of those events where even people who don't care about football suddenly find themselves emotionally invested through peer pressure and snacks. Do you find yourself pressured by peers to care about the game?
No, not at all.
I think when you're invited to Super Bowl parties, then maybe you're peer pressured.
To care about the game?
Yeah, because you're at a party, you got to pick a side. You got to act like you're rooting for one team over the other.
No. Every party I've ever been to, I end up not watching the game.
Because you're talking too much.
Yeah, because there's you can't hear anything. There's too much noise. People are walking around, eating, drinking, and before you know it, the game's over.
Yeah, that's why I think we've stopped being invited to Super Bowl party games because everybody knows how you feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Halftime, this is number 2. Halftime equals Bad Bunny. If the only thing that could drag you toward the TV is music is greater than sports, is greater than saving your thumbs from endless scrolling, then congratulations. Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny is headlining the halftime show, the first Latino Spanish-speaking solo artist to do it. Millions will tune in to see his set, even if they're just scrolling their phones on the couch, because let's be honest, you might skip the game, but probably won't skip the show. Number 3, the commercials are now cultural moments. Now, see, this is where I have a problem. They've kind of ruined the Super Bowl commercials because they release them 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time because they want to get the most bang for their buck. So we've already seen a lot of them. They've even released teasers of Super Bowl commercials like they do for movie trailers, you know? So you've got like the gist of it without the punchline, basically.
If you see a commercial before the Super Bowl, it's not a Super Bowl commercial, in my opinion.
Well, they're running it during the Super Bowl, which makes it a Super Bowl
that's all
commercial.
well and good, but you showed it before the Super Bowl.
It just takes away the magic.
Yes.
It says
if a Super Bowl commercial comes on during the Super Bowl.
Well, it says brands don't just air ads at the Super Bowl. They debut mini movies, celebrities, creepy teasers, weird cameos, whatever that means. Some people watch the game just to judge the ads with absolute vitriol or love. They've become their own entertainment category, kind of like TikToks that cost 8 figures to make. And number 4, it's not really about football. Whether you care about the Seahawks or Patriots is irrelevant. Super Bowl Sunday is one of those national rituals like pumpkin spice or the solar eclipse, where social standards quietly insist you care something. What do you care about? The food you're eating. Which commercials make memes? Who showed up to the parties? The halftime performance. You can participate without learning a single rule of football. It's like Oscar night, but with louder outfits and more wings. And then it's also talking about the whole cultural phenomenon of it. So you have something to talk about on Monday. That's basically it. So it is more of a movement. You know, we've been saying for years and years, they should make the Monday after Super Bowl a national holiday.
Yeah, a lot of people want that.
Because the game, it's all day long. The pre-show, the build-up, all the backstories. The game itself doesn't start till kind of late, right?
Yeah.
6 or 7 o'clock.
Dick Hammer.
What's Dick Hammer?
That was his name. It wasn't Dick Long and it wasn't Dick Strong. It was Dick Hammer.
Have you been sitting there the whole time while I was talking, waiting to say that?
No, I was passed a note by one of our producers, and they got that information from the live studio audience.
Okay.
Yeah, Dick Hammer. He was a really great volleyball player. He was a great
grandfather
athlete.
that was the Marlboro Man?
Yes. He was a great volleyball and basketball player. Then he became an actor, and then he was hired by Marlboro to be the Marlboro Man. Dick Hammer.
Well, I wonder who Mrs. Hammer was. A very happy woman, I'm sure. He sounded like a very well-rounded individual with a lot going on.
sure he was.
He was a handsome man. I
Yeah,
remember.
no, he was.
I
yeah.
remember. I can't like completely picture his face and all of his specific features, but I remember the Marlboro Man being very ruggedly handsome.
Yeah.
You know who's predicted to win the Super Bowl?
I have no idea.
Well, I asked the Google.
Okay.
Predictions heavily favor the Seahawks.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What's
Most
the point spread?
experts, it says most experts betting markets, AI models are picking Seattle due to their strong offense, balanced team, and home field advantage. Some analysts see the Patriots quarterback Drake May as a potential game changer, but Seattle is consistently favored by 4.5 points, with predictions citing scores like 27-17 or 24-20. That's according to Google.
Give me the Seattle Seahawks 21-17.
Okay.
Who do you got?
I love that. That's sort of like the 24-20. You just took 3 off of each.
Who do you got?
I'll take Seattle because my friend Scylla wants them to win.
Okay. I have probably not been any less interested in a Super Bowl in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it has something to do with your back? That it's just sucked all your life for your zest for living out of your body?
Let's get into that. So let's talk about our ailments. Okay.
Our ailments.
Yes,
It's leaning more heavily towards yours.
because this is causing me great distress and discomfort.
Me too. Living with you.
So one of Kelly and I's, it wasn't a bucket list or a resolution. It was just something we needed to get done.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Was to see a dermatologist. Kelly had some spots she wanted checked out.
I had a spot on my shoulder that just popped up.
Kelly Raspberry Evans has very fair skin.
And I had a lot of sun damage as a child. I got, would get severely sunburned. I was born in 1967. Did they even have sunscreen in the 1970s? I don't know. If they did, we didn't use it.
So she needed a checkout. I also needed a checkout, probably not as much as Kelly did, but I had this thing on my back.
You did.
And
you had a little mini humpy back.
Yeah, I had a little humpy back. And it was like, if I can describe this to you, good, strong, dear, sweet, clean listener, on my spine, right in the middle of my back.
Dead center.
That's where this thing was. And Kelly actually, years ago, she used to kind of like put her thumbs together and get rid of this thing.
Hey, we're married. You know how it is, ladies, where your guy gets a little pimple on his back or whatever. It was like a pore that, you sweat, you work out, and it would get like a little blackhead in it. Is this TMI?
Nah, it's never too much
well,
TMI.
You brought it up. You started it, so I'm just finishing it.
And wait for the good part.
Well, I used to be able to pop it, and then one day it's like the pore just went away and he started getting tattoos. So if there was the pore there, I couldn't see it anyway. But it was underneath the skin now. It was like this little bump, just a little bump, but it kept getting bigger and bigger. So he had, I guess, what you'd call a cyst, right?
So I had this thing on my back, which Kelly just explained for me. And it wouldn't go away. And I could reach back there. I could feel it.
I could feel it.
Kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed to get that checked out. So I hate doing this stuff. Kelly and we have a friend who's a dermatologist, and he's a good friend of ours. So we made an appointment, went to see him 2 days ago, and he checked out Kelly first and said Kelly had a basal cell carcinoma, which sounds pretty serious.
But it does sound serious. But he was like, nah, it's nothing. He said, almost 100% positive it's nothing. But of course, whenever they do remove one of these things, they send it off for testing. We haven't gotten the results back yet, but he was not worried about it, and neither am I.
Yeah, so he's going to send it off and just.
But he did take it out
just to be sure.
I had the choice of either having it shaved off. It's just a little bump. It's been there about a year, and it itches from time to time. It wasn't getting really any bigger than I noticed, but he said it would continue to get bigger if we didn't do anything about it, and then it would be even harder to remove. He said you could scrape it off. And he said something about 97%. What was the 97% thing? And then it was like 99% if we cut it out. It was like about it not coming back or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then if you cut it out, you get a little a neater little cut, and it would make a prettier scar basically. And I said, let's cut it out, right? So that's what I chose to do.
Yeah, and Kelly, you went.
You went first.
I went 1st.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Because we knew you were getting yours cut out. There was
Yeah.
no scraping yours off.
so our doctor said he was gonna. I knew I was going in for a little surgery that day, and Kelly's was, well, we're not sure if she's going to do a surgery or not. He had an opening, so Kelly had hers. So anyway, I get face down. Actually, first of all, Kelly's in the room. The doctor's in the room. There's 2 nurses in the room.
big production.
Big production. I'm shirtless with like my jeans on. It was not awkward at all. It was fine.
Was it? It was fine.
I was fine.
It'd have been more awkward if I was shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, go face down. And they put the paper thing on my back with a little hole in it, you know.
And see, I envision like Dr. Pimple Popper, where they make like a little incision and then they start squeezing all the gushy goo out, you know? And that's what I was thinking was going to happen. But that's not what happened.
So I'm covered with tattoos, but what's weird is I don't like needles. I'm kind of a weenie when it comes to needles. Not that I'm like, but I'm just,
Yeah, a little
They-
squeamish, maybe.
they weird me out.
Yeah.
Needles weird me out. So I'm really tensing up because she goes, "Are you ready for the fun part?" And I'm like, "What's the fun part?" And I knew it was the anesthesia. She goes, "Oh, I'm getting ready to do the anesthesia." I'm like, "Okay." These big freaking needles, you know, they kind of scare me a little bit, filled with this liquid. Anyway, she was awesome. I didn't feel a thing. So
Yeah.
she's shooting this cyst up, or the area around this cyst with all this anesthesia. I can feel her tugging around, you know, and I didn't feel any pain at all.
Good.
But then it started to itch, which was a little weird.
That is
She
weird.
says, "Is this hurting?" I'm like, "No, it doesn't hurt at all, but it's kind of itchy."
She said it might burn, but you felt itching
yeah,
instead.
yeah. So then I laid there for about 5 minutes, and then Doc came in, and he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Just let me know if you feel anything sharp." So Kelly runs the video, and he asked us, "Look, you can't post any of this on social media," which we weren't
But
going.
we're like family.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is truly like a family situation.
So he starts cutting into it right on, like, with a big scalpel. And I looked at this video later, but he made like 2 incisions around it, kind of like a lemon shape, you know?
Yeah, I'd say that. A marquee diamond shape.
Yeah. But then this thing was deep. So then he goes up under it to get the whole thing.
And I'm filming all this, y'all.
Yeah. And
Watching.
Doc's a friend of ours, so he's kind of doing some bits. He's like, "Whoops," and I'm like, "Whoops? What do you mean, whoops?" He's like, "No, I was throwing a whoops just for comedic value."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dun dun."
Yeah.
That was a good one. And then he also had the "Don't worry, I'm not very contagious." That was another. That was a good one. Dun dun. Here, hold on.
He probably just does that for family.
Yeah. And then he had
Making
another.
the jokes.
Oh, he had another one. He's like, "Oh man, I didn't mean to drop that in there." That was another one. So
You were all numbed up. What would you know?
yeah. So he just dug around it. It took about 5 minutes from start to finish, but he removed a freaking, what do you think?
Was
Grape?
a blob.
Like grape sized?
There was the actual, is it called the sack?
Well, there's the cyst and then there's the
cyst,
sack.
And then there's this blob around it.
That's the sack.
Y'all. I don't know. Was it the size of a prune? Was it the size of a jumbo grape? I don't know.
It was the size of no, not a prune. It was the size like a grape.
A prune is like a shriveled up grape.
Oh,
isn't
and when
it?
he saw it, he goes, "It's a boy." That was
Yeah. Another one.
that was another good one. Yeah.
It was big. It was big.
Thank you. But
and then they dropped it in a jar, and I kind of
no, he didn't just drop it in a
not
jar.
initially.
He
He showed it
said,
to
"Do you
you."
want to see it?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
So he puts this thing like right in front of my face. I'm like, "You have got to be kidding. That just came out of my
Yeah.
back."
Yeah, it was big.
And then he
Then he put
carries
it
it
in a
over,
jar.
drops it in the jar, and then they start stitching me up, and I could feel like my skin like
Just
being
tugging a little.
tugged back and forth, you know. I think I got like 8 stitches.
I kind of thought at first, oh, we get to take that home. Like, no, they have to send it off, right? They test everything they take out.
So
of it.
anyhow, it was a easy procedure. I'm glad we got our stuff taken care of and done.
Well, I had mine taken out next.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
we
am
didn't
in
film- we
like
didn't
I
film.
am in pain right now.
Well, it's sore. You had a
I have
chunk taken
been
out of your back.
for like 2 days now, and I'm hoping tomorrow is better. That's kind of why I'm like not myself right now. But it feels like somebody has got like their knuckle, and they're like
Mm.
mashing on the middle of my
Yeah.
back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And then I think because I've been compensating now, my lower back. I got a lot of ailments right now. A lot of
Oh,
back.
you know how I feel.
Yeah, a lot of back ailments.
Well, mine wasn't as serious. They did have to cut mine out, and it was just like a little tiny, oh my gosh, the size of a raisin maybe for me, because they have to get the tissue around it, right?
Yeah,
So anyway, they're
they
sending
went
it off
deep
for
on yours too.
yeah, we didn't film mine because I was like, "I don't wanna see it." And then he asked me if I wanted to actually look at what he removed, and I was like, "I don't think so." And Alan said, "Yeah, you wanna go ahead and see it, go ahead and see it." So I looked at it, like I said, it was about the size of a little raisin. I was like,
Yeah, yours
"Oh."
is like a raisin.
But, then we had our patch up, but of course, it feels to me like if I had, because mine's on my shoulder, that I could have, like, a really bad sunburn. It just feels tender like that, right?
Tender.
Tender. But today, then he's like, when you take a shower, try not to get it too wet, which is really hard. For Alan, it was easy because he just faced the shower and didn't have his back in it. But mine's my shoulder. So I was trying to wash my hair without getting my shoulder wet. So I had like a piece of saran wrap over it and I was holding it down. It was a big com com comedy scene in the shower. I'm having trouble stringing words together. Maybe the surgery affected me more than I realized. But anyway, we took off the big gauze tonight. Now we're just down to Aquaphor and Band-Aids.
Yeah.
And that's the treatment for 2 weeks. And then we get the stitches out and we're good to go.
Yeah, it was fine. It's just I wish my back wasn't so damn
Well,
sore.
it's interesting because you have, all the tattoos, but I don't think you're going to be able to tell where the scar is.
That was another thing that he was concerned about. He goes, I'm gonna have to, stitch this thing up, and I'm gonna do my best to not mess up the design. It happened to fall. I have an eagle on my back, and it happened to fall like right on the eagle's head. But Kelly took a picture of it for me today so I could see the stitches. It didn't look
Too bad.
bad at all.
It's going to look even better when it heals. Right
Yeah.
now we like little Frankenstein projects, but
So there you go, ailments, babe.
ailments, but it's so important. Alan's wasn't a potential skin cancer situation, but for me it was. So it just reminded me, I've been really good about wearing sunscreen as an adult, but the damage you do as a child and as a teenager, decades later, it can come back to, manifest as skin cancer. And, we were just talking this week about how Kelly Clarkson is giving up her talk show to spend more time with her children.
Oh, really?
And I just found out her mother also died just
Oh,
about a month
really?
ago. Yeah.
Oh,
So she's had a lot of double whammies, but her ex-husband died from melanoma. It was a
really?
3-year battle with melanoma. Yeah. I guess it metastasized. Is that what you say?
Mhm.
But I know like Teddy Mellencamp, John Mellencamp's daughter, she kept getting skin cancers and kept getting them removed and removed. And I mean, has had so many um, things removed from her back. Her back looks literally like a stitched together jigsaw puzzle. But then that metastasized, I think I'm saying that word right, into brain cancer.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah. So you really, getting your skin checked regularly, I mean, it's more important than I realize because I'm hearing more and more about people who are dying with melanoma. So I need to
The
really get that
melanoma
checked.
is a serious thing if it's not cotton time.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously what you just said, it'll kill you, but
Yeah, it
so
can.
you have got to get that if you got anything, what we were told is, anything that's got weird looking edges to it, or it's not like a complete circle, or it's a funny color, or it itches, anything like that, you should definitely go get it checked out.
At least once a year too, a full body check. So, like this is he was being really nice. He's like, you're probably going to want, because where there's one, there's probably going to be more. And he's like, you probably want to get a full body check. Now, I'm happy to do it, but I think he was in a nice way saying somebody's going to have to see you naked to get a full body check.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll probably have to find somebody else to do that, but I
I
really
think
appreciate what he did.
I think that's the only derm thing I've had to do other than remember when I broke my ear and I got that big ball on my
Mhm.
ear. And then I just remember we just asked Clint, like, what is it? He
Yeah.
told us, he said, it'll just go away, but it's going to take a while. And it did. It just
Well,
went away.
I had one time, I had an injury on my head. And when the scab fell off, it took off a whole like quarter size chunk of hair. and I had a bald spot there, and I still have a tiny bald spot there because of it. But I went to a dermatologist because they can shoot, I guess, steroids or something right into those bald patches, and it re-stimulated the growth of hair. So if you're dealing with something like that, a dermatologist can help you with that too.
Yeah.
Lots of reasons to go to dermatologists.
All right, there you go, babe. Dermatology talk.
That's our PSA today for your skin, but hopefully Alan will feel better. Mine's a little tender, but Alan really did get the worst of it.
And I gotta, as our listeners like to, or some of our listeners, particularly Amy Wilkerson likes to do, is call me the delicate flower. If I have any kind of
Yes.
ailment, then it becomes a really big deal,
Yeah. And then everybody makes fun of me and my list of ailments.
Yeah, but your list of ailments is a big list, a lot of
It's
ailments.
just minor little things.
So whenever
minor little inconveniences.
So whenever I get an ailment and like it's serious, then all of a sudden I'm like delicate flower. I don't know why, because it's real.
because
This is real.
I have my ailments and I power through.
I just whine about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, babe.
Well, in addition to the Super Bowl, we've got the Olympics coming up. Friday night is the what?
The Olympics?
Yeah. Why are you looking like that?
Okay, I
Is
thought
this a shock?
Well, I thought we were going to get the baby names,
You
but
can do that too. I'm just saying
Okay.
the Olympics are coming up this Friday night,
okay.
which I think is really interesting because you've got the Super Bowl and the opening of the Olympics the same time. So on Sunday, I think Peacock is where you can go. They're already doing some of the Olympic games already, even though the open ceremony isn't until Friday, because there's so much they've got to squeeze in. I think they said some of the what's the one where you do the broom on the ice?
Curling.
I think they've already started some curling competitions. I'm really, really excited. Just on my For You page on TikTok, the #1 male figure skater for do they call the men figure skaters too? I think so. Anyway, the #1 guy, his name's like Ilya, something like that. He came up on my For You page. He is so freaking amazing. It's out of this world, and I don't even know what I'm looking at. But our next door neighbor, Stacy, she was an Olympic athlete. She was an alternate for the women's figure skating team, and I told her, I said, "I don't even know what I'm looking at, but I've never seen anything like this before." And she said, "Well, I do know what I'm looking at." And she said, "I've never seen anything like this before."
Oh, really?
Both of his parents were Russian Olympic athletes, but they're here in the United States, and they are his trainers, which she said is very unusual. Usually, your parents don't train you. But I've never, y'all. I can't wait to watch the male figure skating. If anybody else in the world is better than him, I want to see that because I've never seen anything like it. It's incredible. So I'm excited about that. The other big news is that Lindsey Vonn, you remember her? She dated Tiger Woods. That might be the way a lot of people remember her, but she's coming out of retirement to compete. But she tore her ACL, and she's got all these other knee injuries, but she's been doing intensive therapy, and she is going to ski with a torn ACL in the Olympics.
I heard that. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And she's like, what? She's in her 40s,
Mhm.
right?
She is.
So I wish her luck. I don't know. I guess that spirit of competition, I don't understand it. I know I don't like losing, and I'm really bad at board games because if I lose, I'm the worst. But I've never been an athlete, so I don't really understand that. Like, why can't you just stop? She could really do some major damage with a torn ACL.
I have never seen you this excited about the Olympics.
Well, it only comes around every couple years, honey.
Yeah, but you've never mentioned the Olympics before, like in your life to me. Ever.
That's not true.
I've never seen you watch any of the Olympics.
Yes, you did. Last year I did. 2 years ago in the Summer Olympics, I watched
What
some
did
of
you
them.
watch?
They were swimming and stuff.
Swimming and stuff?
Yeah, it was Summer Olympics.
I like that 2-man luge. That's wild. Have you
What do
seen
you
that?
mean? You've never mentioned luge to me before. Why are you mentioning it now? I've
seen
never
it.
heard you mention the word luge
I've
before.
seen it before.
And now suddenly you're Mr. Olympic pants.
I've seen it before.
Okay.
Maybe you and I should 2-man luge. That'd be a sight.
Well, that would be. Well, I don't know if they have a mixed luge team.
I don't know if they do either.
Well, maybe we can start one.
Can you imagine me and you running down
I cannot.
a tube of ice, and then
I
one of us
cannot.
jumps on a sled, and then the other one jumps on the same sled, and then you and me are like steering the sled around?
I cannot imagine
Can
that.
you imagine that?
No.
And we got these tight suits on
Mm,
and these aerodynamic looking helmets on.
yeah,
Wow.
not happening.
No, that
Maybe
is
we'll
not
dream
happening.
about it.
That is not happening.
But they have added some new things this year for the first time, new at the Olympics. Ski mountaineering. It makes its Olympic debut with women and men's sprints. I don't know what that means. What is known by its shortened name, Skimo. It involves athletes climbing up a mountain and then skiing down it. That's a new Olympic sport this year. Alpine skiing is new. It's a team combined event. One racer does a downhill run, the other does a slalom run, and the times are added together. And then there is freestyle skiing. It's bringing in dual moguls for men and women, basically the same sort of judging based on technique, flips and twists, speed. That's fun, watching the skiers jump and spin around in the air.
Mhm.
That's a fun one.
Mhm.
And I think that's the only 3 new ones. A women's double event will debut in Luge.
There you go.
A women's double. At the same site, Skeleton is adding a mixed team event.
Mixed
It combines
luge.
times for one
There you
woman
go.
and it combines times for one woman and one man. That's the
Oh.
Skeleton.
So you do a single luge
I
and then
think
you add
that's-
the times
I
together?
think the Skeleton is a single,
Who do you
right?
think could luge faster, me or you? I'd like to see you run
Is it
down.
a weight issue or is
No,
it?
you gotta run and push the sled and then jump on the
But
sled.
also, don't you think it has something to do with weight?
Well, yeah, you want some good momentum, but I mean,
And,
you got to
know,
get going.
And you also have
fast.
to be more aerodynamic body. I
Right.
have like 2 lumps, smaller lumps than they were, but they might, cause some wind resistance.
I'm really aerodynamic now that I don't have a humpy cyst.
Yeah.
I got rid of my humpy cyst.
So that's what we have. Well, apparently for me, the first time ever looking forward to the Olympic Games this weekend. At least I have
this
something
is
to look
new.
at.
This is new stuff. I've never
Just
this
mentioning the
Is,
Olympics.
this is yes.
Wow.
Yeah, you have never mentioned this ever.
Wow,
I've never seen you watch
well,
the Olympics.
Watching that
I've
skater
never heard
really
you
got
talk
me ready.
about the Olympics.
Yeah.
And here we
I'm
are.
full of surprises, honey. Full of surprises. But that man skating, I can't remember his name, Ilion or something.
Good eye, mate.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Okay. Olympics. You got any other sports you're going to talk
No,
about?
that's what's happening in the world, Alan. What?
You know, honestly, I had no. When did the Olympics start?
The opening ceremony is this Friday. Just because you don't know about it doesn't mean the world's not talking about
Why
it.
the hell would they start the Olympics on Super Bowl Sunday?
That's what I just said 5 minutes ago.
Super Bowl weekend. Like, why would they do that?
Anyway,
I don't know.
you want to get to the baby name?
Yeah. So we had a letter from one of our very best customers, Rachel. Just a quick summary. She sent us a letter last week. She said she's got a coworker that's having a baby in May. May the 4th is the due date. She's chosen the first name Ella. She needs a middle name.
And the last
name
Robbins.
is Robbins. Kelly Raspberry Evans was asked to ponder on this a little bit. I was asked to not ponder on this a little bit. So this is Kelly's homework assignment. And what did you come up with?
Okay, I've got a few suggestions because I'm not given a definitive one because, it has to resonate. You have to say the name out loud. You have to write it. You have to yell it because that these things are very important when choosing a baby name. But I have fallen in love with the name Colleen lately. Ella Colleen. Do you like Ella Colleen?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Ella Colleen. How about Ella Kate? Ella Kate is very, because didn't the girl say her other friend's name was Ella? What she said her friend had a name. Do you remember what the friend's middle name was? Ella Christine, I think it was.
I do not.
Ella Kate. How about Ella Harper?
Well, hold on. Is it Ella Kate or is it Ella Catherine? Because isn't Kate a nickname?
It can be Kate. It can be just Ella Kate. It can be Ella Catherine if you want, Alan. But you can also name your
I'm
kid
just asking the
Kate.
question.
You can just name your kid Kate.
I'm just asking the question.
You can name your kid whatever you want.
Like if I was,
You can name your kid Peanut if
Well,
you want.
I knew a kid named Peanut when I was a
Okay.
kid.
It was a nickname or legal name.
It was definitely a nickname
Okay, it could have been Peanut legally.
because his first name was Randall.
It could be Ella Kate. I have Ella Harper, Ella Jolie, like Angelina Jolie, Ella Jolie, Ella. Now, this is another name I love when I was a little girl, Denise. I love the name Denise, Ella Denise. And then my last suggestion is Ella Margaret.
Okay.
Those are my suggestions.
There you go.
Those are the names I said. You do not have to take them. But which one of those did you like the best, Alan? Ella Colleen, Ella Kate, Ella Harper, Ella Jolie, Ella Denise, Ella Margaret.
Seriously, they're all nice names. They're all very pretty names. I mean, I'm not going to say anything
Ella
bad
Margaret.
about any of them because if she picks that one, then I look like an asshole.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. So,
That's not why you look like one.
so no, those are all nice names. I just didn't know if Kate is that a nickname or is that Ella Catherine?
Well, I wrote down Ella Kate. If she would prefer Ella Catherine, that's fine too. But the child's going to go by Ella.
Do you have Ella Louise?
I do not.
What does that say? Ella,
Ella
Denise?
Denise.
Oh, it looks like Louise.
Well, that's just the way I wrote it. It was weird. I was at a weird angle. Ella Denise. All right, there you go.
I think I
love naming
gosh, I don't
babies,
know.
and I hope that y'all like one of those. And if anybody has a recommendation, you're welcome to share it.
I think I like Colleen's nice.
Ella Colleen. Ella Colleen. That might be too many L's. Ella la la. Ella Colleen. Ella Colleen. Ella. See, that's why you have to say it over and over.
Does Jolie
Ella
sound,
Margaret. Ella Margaret. Ella Margaret.
does
See?
Jolie sound like a last name?
Ella Jolie. Well, it sounds like a middle name because Angelina Jolie's middle name is Jolie. Her dad's John Voight,
Yes, he is.
so her middle name is Jolie.
Okay.
So those are my suggestions.
It's hard naming babies.
It's hard and it's fun, but it is hard because once you pick it, it's not necessarily what you're stuck with either. A lot of people go back, they have baby name remorse, and they can go back in and change the birth certificate. I think you have a certain period of time you can do that.
Let's have our live studio audience chime in. We have enough people to give us a sample size. A live studio audience, ring the buzzer that you have on your seat and vote for one of those names, if you will, please. We've got Colleen, Kate, Harper, Jolie, Denise, and Margaret. Vote for your favorite. Just vote for your favorite.
Yep.
We will collect that information and then we're going to pass that along to Rachel just for a little statistical analyses.
And it wasn't even Rachel's baby, it was her friend's baby.
It was her friend's baby.
What I thought was the most interesting thing about that letter is Rachel and her friend were both using the first name Ella. And that's very unusual for friends to be okay with sharing a baby name.
The votes are coming in. We've got 2 for Kate, 1 for Harper, 1 for Grace, and 1 for Margaret.
I didn't
now.
have Grace.
That's what.
I did not have Grace. They're coming in with the write-in
She
candidate.
said her favorite is Grace.
I didn't have Grace.
Oh, okay. We've got 2 Kates, a Harper, and a Margaret.
I like Ella Margaret.
And a Jolie.
I like Ella Jolie. I like them all. I picked them.
So right now, Kate is in the lead,
All right.
2-1.
They might be doing that just to mess with you.
Oh, Terry Mabe said she made up her own. She said she came up with Grace.
Yeah.
Oh,
I told you it was
okay.
a write-in candidate.
Oh, that was a write-in. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right, good stuff, babe.
What matters is what that baby mama thinks is the best.
That's true. You want to bring it home for Jerome?
Yeah.
So one of our good friends and listener, very best customer of the podcast, Tara. Congratulations to Tara. She just got engaged.
Tara and Sam.
Tara and Sam. Very happy for them. A wonderful couple. We've broke bread with them many times.
You can do it again soon.
Yeah. So Tara had us over for an engagement party. This was
Soiree.
Saturday night.
Yes.
This was pre-dermatologist, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was in a good mood still.
Yeah.
So
The good old days. We like to call those the good old days.
So there was a murmur that the amazing Alonzo might make an appearance. He hasn't made an appearance in a long time.
Not in a long time.
A long
I think
time.
we didn't we even mention something on the last podcast that it might be fun if you broke out a little magic?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure, because it's
A
not
little rusty.
Not my party. No, it wasn't that. It's not my party. I don't like to. How I've always been with that. I don't like to just. Hey, you want to see some magic? I mean, I did that to you on our second date, but
you saw how that went over.
generally, yeah, I'm married now. Generally speaking,
if he could turn back
if I
time.
could turn back time. Generally speaking, I don't do it unless someone asks for it, So I think you told Tara.
No, she heard on the podcast.
She heard on
We
the
talked
podcast?
about it.
Okay. She expressed an interest in seeing some.
Yes, she did. And how can you say no to the bride?
Well, it's hard to say no to the bride. So I played it cool. Kelly said, "Are you going to do something? You can do something." I'm like, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. So we roll on over to Tara's, and Kelly says, "What's that in your pocket?" I said, "It's a shrimp. What's it to you?"
It was the book, is what I
No,
thought
she
first.
said, "In your back pocket."
Yeah.
And I said, "It's a book." So yeah, we did we gathered at the table there. We did Little Bunny's card trick, and I did
Always a big hit.
always a crowd
Crowd
pleaser.
pleaser.
And we did some mind reading for Tara's mother, which she enjoyed. She said she used to know somebody that did magic.
I don't remember that story.
Yeah, yeah. She told me that there was somebody she used to know, and I can't remember who it was, but she
Houdini.
said no, it wasn't. Wasn't
That's the only one I
Houdini.
think of. David
But
Copperfield.
no, it wasn't David
No,
Copperfield.
that's the only two I can think of.
But she used to ask this fella to do magic every time they had a get together, and she loved it. So I did the mind reading for her. Went over really well. Both of them went over really
You were
well.
a big hit.
Because I practiced exactly one time on Dylan before we went.
Well, I heard. I was like, we were supposed to leave. I'm like, come on, we need to go. And I heard a squeal come from upstairs, a little hoot from Dylan, which I later found out was you did the magic.
And then how did you do that? And then can you keep a secret? And then yes. And then so can I. That's always a big player too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you did that trick for Dylan?
He's seen it before,
He
but
just
not
forgot.
in years.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
little.
yeah. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. Congratulations to Tara and Sam. We had a good time at the party. Did a little magic. I mean, hadn't done that in a long
Drank
time.
a little wine,
Yeah.
acting like adults.
Had a few bourbons. I was
Yeah.
feeling it the next day.
Yeah.
I'm just not used to that.
Getting older, that's what it happens.
Yeah. All right, babe. What else you got?
That's it. We'll talk to you next week. We'll have a new Super Bowl champion, maybe a few Olympic gold medals to talk about. You know, for all your Olympic coverage, come to a sandwich and some lovin'.
Yes. I'm just going through the baby name voting.
You're still voting.
In one of our live studio audience members' opinion, 2 syllables sounds better with 1 syllable middle.
Okay. That's absolutely fine.
There's something to that, I think. Like if you have a real long first name, should you also have a real long middle name and a real long last name?
Why does it matter unless you're going to call him by a double name? Emma Kelly has 2 double syllables. Emma Kelly.
Yeah, but those aren't long names.
I know, but it's not 2 and 1. It's not 1 and 2.
I'm trying to come up with an example right now and I can't, but what's a 4-syllable first name?
Margaret. No. Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Good call.
Hey, I pulled that out of my behind.
So
that was pretty good.
So a good middle name after Ezekiel would be like Joe or Tim, right?
Ezekiel Bob.
Ezekiel Bob. Remember when Kelly and I were talking about this the other day? There was a period of time where Dylan, our youngest, he's 13, thinking when he was like 5 or 6, he said, "I don't want you to call me Dylan anymore. I want to be called Tim."
Tim.
And we're like,
why?
Why? Why Tim? Just
no explanation.
Yeah, I just don't want to be Dylan. I want to be Tim.
And we played along for a minute.
Yeah, we played along, and he was Tim for a day or two.
I liked him.
All right, babe. Oh gosh, babe. I swear this is the most wheels off podcasting chair.
Man. It's that back.
Did you hear that?
What?
Something on my back just snapped.
It might have been the Band-Aid coming off because you're writhing.
Yeah. All right, babe. Well, enough of this whining. I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
I love y'all.
I love Tara and Sam desperately. Congratulations to them. I love the amazing Alonzo desperately. And
you love yourself?
Yes. And I love our doctor, Clint. Thank you.
Dr. Clint, thank you.
Thank you, Clint, for taking care of us. Hopefully this back issue goes away soon. And I am sure we will. Oh, in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, I'm all fouled up. Life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye. I am so wheels off.
What's happening?
I don't know. I can't sit still.
Is it the pain?
Yeah, it's just like a whole back.
Sorry. I'm sorry. we still recording though?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, oh, Michael, thank you, darling.
All right, peeps. We're gonna move to somewhere where I can get horizontal,
Yeah,
and
he'll be back with much better, less pain and a better mood next week, won't you, honey bunny?
I may be back with less pain but in a worse mood. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Later.